Good morning and welcome to our Fountain of Life fitness training. On today's exercise session, we'll be doing full body strengthening, beginning with alignment exercises and focusing on particular areas where people often fracture bones due to low bone density. The main focus is core training. So in today's session, we'll be doing many different variations of core work. I always like to start with focusing on some kind of things that are common amongst the population. Shoulders rolling in toward each other from sitting at computers and reading books and things. So we're going to start with the massage ball. So you'll need a massage ball or a tennis ball, a cross ball. And we're just going to here roll out the chest muscles. And the easiest way to do that is if you're in a door frame like this, and you put the ball right below the collarbone, the arm that's extended. If you don't have a door frame, you can just use the wall. But the arm that you're working on should be facing the palm facing forward. Make sure you're not rotating your shoulder in. When you have the palm facing forward, that externally rotates your shoulder and opens up the chest. And you'd like to work right along the edge of the collarbone, all the way out toward your armpit, and right down at the bottom at the edge of your armpit. This is where your pec muscles attach up in toward the arm. Then on the other side, palm is facing the wall. The head should be slightly down and turned away from the ball side. You don't roll over the bones per se. You wouldn't roll all the way across. We're just doing one side at a time. And for optimal head angle is slightly down so that you don't get tension in your neck. Okay, and then we'll work on the bottoms of the feet. This is commonly done for people when they have plantar fascia, but better we do this regularly so our feet will stay healthy, and helps to awaken the proprioceptors, the sensors in your feet that can tell you how much pressure to apply and your obviously balance. The other foot. You should work up into the forefoot as well. At the inner edge of the big toe. There's another anterior, an arch in the front of our foot. And you can feel that when you get the ball in that area. Inside arch around your heel. And now I'm going to move down to the floor. If you would like to, for these exercises, you could be also just lying down in a bed. You'll need a few different pieces of equipment. We do this series regularly in our training so that we're aligned, our bodies and our joints have best alignment before we start doing the weightlifting and other moves. You'll need a few different things here. So I have a strap. This is a karate belt or a yoga strap for stretching out the hamstrings. A broomstick for aligning the pelvis. And a foam roller. So this is just a small foam roller. If you have a big one, that would be fine. Or if you don't have either of those, something like a rolling pin would be great. And that helps to roll out our quad muscles. Okay, so we always start here working on the proper alignment of our spine. So we're going to do that by taking a ball, the ball that we were just using, this massage ball, and just right behind the head. So it's not in the back of the neck. We're not doing a neck massage. You can do that on your own if you'd like. Here the ball is in the skull, in the back of your head, such that it angles your chin down toward the throat and allows the back of the neck to lengthen. Of course, we all know many people in our culture, we have people's heads are going forward, the necks get shorter, degenerated discs in the neck. And even if just lying like this for a short time, in a relaxed state will help elongate your spine, keep your height, and prevent degenerating discs. Next, if you could take your hands and bring them on either side of your jaw. So just on the inside of the earlobes, bring the fingers slightly forward, open and close the jaw. And notice you'll feel how the joint is moving. You can feel the jaw bones. And we're going to open the jaw all the way, bring the fingers slightly forward, and press up into the joint with a little bit of pressure. Here we're working on the pterygoid muscle in between the top and bottom jaw bones, the mandible. And this will help even the jaw, your bite, but also it'll take pressure off of your neck. There are many muscles, over 100 muscles that attach between jaw and neck. And close halfway. And close a little more, all the way closed, and keep the pressure with your fingers. And relaxing the arms by the sides. Next, for spinal elongation, we'll just gently nod the head. Keep the chin down and take a deep breath. So think of breathing, yes, into your belly, but into your waist, keeping the shoulders down, breathing into your lower back. And then nodding again. And breathing into your belly, your waist, your lower back, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Training ourselves not to use our shoulders for breathing. Next, keep the chin in that same position, chin down, but look with the eyes up and down. And this action helps release the suboccipital muscles in the back of your neck. Many people have tightness in the back of their neck from the neck hyperextending when the chin goes forward. Okay, and eyes looking down, and take a deep breath. And eyes looking up and down. And breath. The most common place where people get fractures due to low bone density is in the lower back area. So when you're lying like this, allowing your spine to elongate, and then we'll do strengthening work. That strengthening work will help prevent you from getting compression into your lower back. Okay, now we'll put the ball away. That was great. So for our alignment series, if you could take the strap for the hamstrings. So this is ideally not stretchy. It should be firm. A tie, a long tie is fine, a bathrobe, belt, yoga strap. So we're starting with the right leg. It's in the arch of your foot. Knee is over the hip. Then work on straightening the leg a little. And then pull with the hands, shoulders back. So please keep the knee directly over the hip joint. Don't pull your leg like closer to your chest. In this angle, we're evening the tension, and as you're pulling, it'll build the elasticity of the tendons in the joints, holding your leg together. Switch to the other leg. Okay, so left foot in the arch, knees over the hip. Work on straightening the leg. Right leg is relaxed. As you're pulling with your hands, please note, the knees pointing straight back, toes are also pointing straight back toward shoulder direction, not out to the side. The back of the knee, you should not feel this too much in the back of the knee, maybe a little, but if you do, if you feel mostly back of the knee, please bend the knee slightly. You don't want to overstretch. Many of us have overstretched the back of our knees, makes them unstable. And then when knees are unstable, they tend to twist and lock. And unfortunately, you have other significant issues, meniscus and ACL. Okay, down. Now the broomstick. This exercise is to align your pelvis. So if you bring the right leg, knees over the hip, and you take the broomstick in the back of the right leg, keeping the knee over the hip, and pull the left leg up. So the stick is in the hamstrings of right leg, quads of left leg, and you just press the legs into the bar, keeping the shoulders level on the floor. Hips should also be level, so be sure you don't roll to the side. Then reverse the leg position. Left leg is knee over hip. So you're in the hamstrings of the left, the quads of the right, the legs 90-degree angle. Keep the elbows straight, shoulders down, chin toward the throat. Okay, broomstick down. Now here to open up the lines, the flow of the blood and the nerves down into your hands. You bring the arms out, ideally in a Y position, palms up. If you can't get Y, you can bring the arms lower like a T angle, but everyone for sure, palms are facing up. It depends on the restrictions in your shoulders. We're just holding this and reaching from the fingertips to clear the lines down the arms. Better flow of your blood, better conduction of the nerves right into your fingers. Okay, then next, if you could imagine a big stability ball, you all know what that is. Imagine you're holding onto it, wrapping your arms and legs around it, and it's right on your stomach. So you brace your abs, and we're going to rock, just like a cradle, rocking from to the left, rocking to the right. And as a cradle doesn't fall apart in the middle. The cradle stays at one solid unit. So if you could have that vision in mind and just really brace your abs every time you rock. If you're having difficulty and your lower back is arching, it's just that your rotational core muscles are weak, which is actually the purpose of this particular training session today. So in that case, you would just stay in the middle position and breathe. You don't need to rock. You can just come to the middle, hold here, and breathe using and feeling your abdominal muscles activated. Relax the arms and legs down. Now we're going to do a spinal alignment position. Turn onto the right side. Top leg, left leg goes forward. Bottom leg, right leg goes back. You might not get your back foot, but we want to just splay the arms and legs. Head here should be turned to the right. Left shoulder is back. Left knee is forward. They should be equal distances from the floor. Don't just roll the knee down. The left knee and the left shoulder equal distances from the floor. Then we'll turn to the right side. Okay, so you're lying on the left. You're lying on the left side. The right knee is forward. The right shoulder is back, left leg back. If you can do it with your right hand, hold on to your left foot. If not, don't worry. Head should be turned to the left. And then equalize your right shoulder back and right knee forward. Perfect. Now we'll start again from the beginning. Lie on your back. So here we're going to do one to strengthen the neck. Your hands can be by the sides, palms down, or under the lower back, palms down. Right leg lifted, it's a foot on the floor. So imagine the top of your head, someone's pulling you from the top of your head, your neck lengthens, chin toward the throat. And then slightly lift the head, keeping the chin toward the throat. Your chin should not lift away from the throat. And head down. We're going to do that again and hold for one deep breath. If you can't lift your head, just keep it on the floor. But first, elongate that spine. If it works, you can lift the head, take a deep breath. Down. The issue with our necks is they're too weak. The muscles are not strong enough to hold our heads in place. And this is how we strengthen them. Lengthen from the top of your head, chin toward the throat. If you want to, lift the head, but take everyone a deep breath. Relax your right leg. Then relax. Should feel your abs engaged. Lengthen top of head, elbows, head up. Down. Okay, next, we're going through that series again. Strap under right foot. Okay, knee over hip. And straightening the leg. Pulling. So you don't feel that behind your knee. You are pulling firmly with your strong grip. You should feel it into the hip joint, into the hamstrings, maybe your calves, maybe your Achilles. Keeping the chin down toward the throat, always lengthening the spine. Okay, reverse the legs. Right leg down. Left leg, keep the knee over the hip. You don't think of pulling your leg. For this exercise, please don't pull your leg closer to your chest. Just keep the knee over the hip. Pull on your foot to even the length of the muscles down the back of your leg. If you pull it closer, you overstretch the back of the knee. And good, that strap goes down. Now broomstick, right leg is closer to you. So you're in the back of the right leg, in the front of the left leg. Chin is toward the throat, head on the floor, pressing the legs. Here you should feel the abs, they should naturally engage. Reverse the leg position. Arms are straight with a full grip around the stick, pressing the legs. Okay, and broomstick down. Y position with the arms, or your T position. Should feel better the second time. I find it always does. They're more open, more aligned. Okay, stability ball. So we have the big stability ball on our stomach. We're going to wrap our arms and legs around it. Our abs are engaged. And this time we're just going to rock over to the left. Not moving, we're just going to stay here. Let our body equalize and find its set point in that different angle, in a rotational plane. Then we're going to rock to the other side, rock to the right side, wherever you can get to, and holding. Without the shoulders, shouldn't be pressing down in firmly to brace you. The hip also, just find your equal point where your body can be balanced without muscular force. And back to middle, and here just note how your abs will automatically engage. Okay, relax the arms and legs. Spine rotation, turning onto the right side. Left leg forward, right leg is back. Head turn to the right. Equal out the shoulder and the knee, the left shoulder, the left knee. And then let's turn to the other side. So you're lying on the left, right knee forward, or right leg forward. Head turn to the left, right shoulder is back. And if you're a golfer, gardening, the other activities that are dominant on one side, sometimes this one side will be much tighter than the other. Commonly the right side here is tighter than the other direction. Perfect. Okay, so next we're going to roll out the quads. So as I said earlier, you can use either a foam roller or a rolling pin. A lot of people find it uncomfortable to use the foam roller. So another way is you just get something like this, but a rolling pin, you just roll out the thigh muscles, all the different angles. You want to make sure you work the full length from the knee to the hip. If you have the roller, it's a great opportunity for core strengthening, but the roller we're going to do only one leg. So I bring it out to the right side and not both legs on it, only the right leg, the left leg's off. And like I like to start down by the knee and gradually, incrementally work your way up your leg. If you have a big foam roller, you can usually do, half the distance, such that you want to be sure you cover the full length of your quads between the knee and right up into the hip joint. And when you get to the top of the hip, you should work on the outside of the hip into your TFL, the tensor fascia lata. Okay, and then we'll start the other leg. The purpose here is left leg, so the roller's out to the left a bit, only left leg on it. Start above the knee, work your way up. In life in general, human beings, if our eyes are in front of our head, we're walking forward. When we sit, the quads shorten and get tight. And then when we get up and start doing things, the quads are already short and tight. And so for many people, our quads end up being more strong, significantly stronger than our hamstrings. So we'd like to even that out. Okay, so now we're going to stand up. Oh no, yeah, now we're going to stand up. That's true. We're going to stand up. So the next component of what I'm describing is we release the quads, but here we'd like to strengthen the hamstrings. So we're going to do 2 more alignment exercises that will help to alleviate shoulder issues. Another common area of discomfort for people. First of all, people have a lot of restrictions in their shoulders. At some point, you can't reach your arm up properly overhead. And the upper trapezius muscle from computer work, the shoulders, head goes forward, shoulders come up like that. So many people have discomfort here, which often, leads to forward head posture and degenerated discs and necks. So we're going to do 2 exercises in sequence for the hamstrings and for the upper traps. We're going to start with the upper traps. And this position is quite simple. We're holding 30 seconds in these 2 positions. It doesn't take too long. But the back of the hand, so this is the back of my hand, okay? So you start with the arm like this by the side. And then you'll bring the arm slightly back like this. So the back of your hand is pressing into the wall. In that angle, it lengthens the supraspinatus and upper trapezius muscles, and it will help decompress a lot of tension up here in your neck and in shoulder area. This has really helped a lot of people. So we're standing sideways to the wall, okay? Not facing the wall, you're standing sideways to the wall. Right side first. Your feet are not touching the wall, your shoulder won't be touching the wall. Just your arm is by the side, palm is facing you, and you slide the arm slightly back against the wall, so the back of your hand is touching the wall. Look straight ahead and just press the back of your hand into the wall. Now, you can stand on both feet, or if you'd like to try working on your balance at the same time, the right foot would be lifted, the one that's closer to the wall. So you're building that connection, the right shoulder diagonally across your body to the left foot. And as we're holding here, this 30 seconds, first of all, helps regenerate the nerves, rest. It helps improve the communication, clears up interference. Other way, the back of the left hand to the wall, okay, and then slide the hand back a little, press the back of the hand to the wall, keep the shoulder down. Chest is facing forward, hips are facing forward, head centered. And press the back of the hand. You should feel that around the shoulder. If you'd like to try these on one foot, the left foot would be up. Make sure you're breathing deeply always. And rest. Okay, another common issue I think that's of concern amongst the population, these hip fractures, right? Many people at some point lose their balance, fall down, break a hip. And most common concerns with regards to osteoporosis are hip fractures and spinal fractures. So we're going to do an exercise to strengthen the muscles around the hip bones so that you can build up the bone density in that area. It's called a single leg hip hinge. You'll need a weight. If your balance is not very good, you might, for today, if you're new to this, hold on to a chair or something. But the action is you hold on to a weight, lift one leg, and the leg comes back like this. You can just stand on one leg, but what you want to feel is the muscles that are working, the muscles here around this hip joint are holding your leg in place. And the hips should be level. Be careful, you don't want to tip the hip up like that. That's not a good thing. It's not figure skating today. It's about building up bone density in your hip bones. So we're starting with right hand has the weight. We're holding 30 seconds. If you fatigue, obviously you'll just stop. Right foot off the floor and hip hinge at the left hip. And hold. Should feel this in your gluteal muscles on your left leg. Not the thighs, not the quads. Carefully stand. Okay. And now the right leg. As well as the bone density component for balance. I mean, obviously you're on one leg, that's good for balance, but we're making the connection diagonally, left hand to right foot, left hand has the weight. Prepare yourself, brace your abs, set the chin slightly toward the throat, left leg goes back. Carefully stand. And you can see how good that is for your brain, how much you have to focus. Okay, that was great. Now one more time, we're doing both. So back to the wall. So you're standing right side to the wall. The right hand, palm is facing your leg. The back of the right hand against the wall. Take the arm back of it. If you want to, lift your right foot up. Look straight ahead. Now, another component to what we're doing here, these 30-second holds, is tendon repair. If you've had damage into your shoulders and to any place, there's research by Heath, molecular scientist, and here they found that the best way to repair damaged tissues like tendons, ligaments, is to hold a position for 30 seconds. Turn the other way. Okay, so the back of the left hand is touching the wall, the left side is to the wall. And then slide the arm back a little, left foot up if you'd like to. Press the hand. So as you're holding, the damaged tissues become exposed and they start getting more nutrients and they can start the repair process. Generally, when we get injured, the tissues that are not damaged will shield or protect damaged tissues, so damaged tissues never have an opportunity to repair correctly. So that's why the 30 seconds is important. And then you need a 2-minute rest. So here, when we alternate these exercises, we're getting a 2-minute rest each time. Okay, now back to the hip hinging. Right hand will have the weight. Right foot goes back, right leg goes back. Make sure you brace your abs, set your chin slightly down, brace the neck. Right leg goes back. Hips should be level. Should feel it in the left hip. Okay, and stand. Okay, and now the other side. Left hand has the weight. Left foot off the floor. Hip hinge and the right hip. Carefully stand. And then weight down. All right, that was excellent. So there's obviously a great way to work on your balance. Okay, so next we're going to start with our weightlifting work. Today, and we always do a very comprehensive full body exercise, especially lower body strengthening here. It's called a deadlift. The action is called a hip hinge. So it's similarly to what we just did. We'll have two hands holding onto the weight. Push the hips back. Make sure you don't do this. It's not a knee bend. Hips come back and then you slightly sit down. So again, we're working on building up bone density in the place where that's most critical in your hip bones. If your legs are working, your whole body will be working. That's absolutely true. The position of the feet, it should be just slightly wider than hips. So here, this would be hip width, so just a little bit wider. Toes are just slightly angled out. Always make sure the knees track in the same direction as the toes. Both hands holding on, standing at the top. The chin is slightly back, slightly down. Standing really tall. Brace your abdominals, brace your stomach muscles. Hip hinge back. Here at the bottom, think of squeeze the glutes to come to standing. I'm counting 30. You can rest as you need to. Here our focus, the first set is glute activation. At the bottom, squeeze your buttock muscles to stand up. From the sides. You squeeze your glutes from the sides. Every time at the top, brace your abs, then hip hinge, push the hips back a little bit. And rest. Weight down. We do 30 reps here for sarcopenia to prevent muscle loss. The research has shown that 3 to 4 sets of 25 to 30 reps is comparable to doing very heavy weightlifting in terms of preventing loss of your muscle tone. So that's why we do this many reps, lighter weight, 25 to 30 reps. And resting only 10 or 20 seconds. So for second set, we're going to hold on to the weight on with only one arm. the angle is like this. The palm is slightly facing forward. So you externally rotate the shoulder. We'll go left hand holds onto the weight. Palm is facing forward, so you externally rotate the shoulder. Your feet are a little bit to the sides. Okay, ready? Don't angle toes out too much. And as you hip hinge, don't let the left shoulder drop down. Shoulders should be pretty level the entire time. This time we're only doing 15. Put the weight down, and then we'll switch to the right arm. So externally rotate, your palm is facing forward, thumb out to the side angle, hip hinge. 15. Oh, make sure you hip hinge back. Don't just bend your knees, because then you'll feel it in your lower back. Should feel it in your bum muscles, not lower back. Brace the abs at the top. Make sure the hips are centered, don't lean over to the right. And rest. Recover. Okay, that was great. So now one more set we're doing. This time both hands holding onto the weight again. And the weight is centered. Here, focus stays on the breathing part at the top. Brace your abs. When you start, push your hips a little back, then you sit down a bit. Here, exhale, squeeze your abs in, squeeze your glutes in, and stand up straight. And recover. Yes, I should have mentioned this earlier, but you see I have this kettlebell. Kettlebells have a better grip than dumbbells for this. If you have dumbbell, in the future you could hold on, this is it, it's very light, but still, we're doing 30 reps like that. This is kind of awkward with a dumbbell, when you change that angle. So if you have a 10-pound holding on, I think that would be fine for most people. But kettlebell is really good. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever, how strong you are. And then just walking around a bit. So you get a little bit of cardio here. You've got your full body strength training. And the focus today is the core. Other days we do other types of focus. And we're going to do a series on the floor. The series will include kind of common core exercises, but we're going to pay attention to special details because quite often when people perform these maneuvers, there are particular faulty areas that you see often. And those faults lead to more pain rather than more strength. Okay, so we're going through this series 4 times through. One is called a dead bug, different variations of what's called dead bug. Planks, everybody's heard of planks. I very rarely see people, what I would say, do planks very well. And also variations of downward dog. So it depends on you. You know, you'll please make modifications as we go through the series. We start out lying on the back. Okay, so what many people have told me, you know, when we say, oh, dead bug, they go, oh yeah, and they do a million reps, like really sloppy reps, like all different directions, and it doesn't look very clean. And if it's too fast, when people do it too fast like this, what happens is there's just too much shifting around. And what we want to do is core strengthening is stabilize your abs, stabilize your rib cage and and the pelvis. There shouldn't be any lifting or lowering or twisting in the midsection. That's our focus here. Okay, so we're going to start with the arms straight up over the shoulders, and then legs are up, knees over hips. In this position, you should immediately feel your abs engaged. Keep the chin down toward the throat, neck lengthened. Don't let the chin come up. If you bend the elbows, just directly bend back, so the elbows that are 90 degrees. And here you'll notice your abs will engage a little more. You can either hold this position or the right leg. You just push it away from you, only 3 inches. Further away is not better. If you go too far away, bring your leg back, left leg a little bit away from you, 3 inches or 6 inches, hold. If you push the leg too far away, you'll end up using your thighs too much. Right leg. Here you want to really feel your abs, not your thighs, not the front of your legs. Left leg goes forward a bit. Hold for 10 seconds. Keeping the shoulders relaxed always. Head centered. Right leg forward a little. You shouldn't feel this like in the front of your hips or in your legs. It should be really abs. Chin down toward the throat. And you see when you do this slow and controlled, you're really activating and stabilizing your anterior core. Right leg. Left leg. Okay, and feet down. Now we're going to just take the arms out in the Y position for a moment here to recover. Okay, now we're going to do a plank position. You can do it either on your knees or you can lift the knees up. We're doing the elbow planks, but if you feel it in the lower back, it's not better to lift the knees. It's more important that you brace your lower back. So we'll start now, turn flip over, and we'll go onto hands and knees or down onto the floor on your stomach. First of all, the elbows should be directly under the shoulders. Chin pulled down so that you're looking, not that your head goes down, your chin is pulled toward the throat, and your eyes are looking straight down. Shoulders down from the ears, toes curled under, press the elbows into the floor. Bring the shoulders down from the ears as you do that. Brace your glutes, squeeze your butt. Brace your lower back and abs. Exhale, knees up or down, it doesn't matter. But if you lift the hips and hold, we're only holding for 10 seconds. Keep your abdominals braced. Keep the glutes active, shoulders down from the ears. No sagging in the lower back. And slowly lower. Okay, and then just lie down for a moment on your stomach, forehead on the back of your hands. Okay, now breathe into the belly, keep the shoulders down. And as you do that, your lower back will decompress and you're using your diaphragm. This is strengthening your diaphragm because you're breathing and the floor is acting as resistance to help strengthen your diaphragm. Okay, then we'll just turn onto the back again. The importance of that is that the diaphragm is actually the main core stabilizer. So if your diaphragm's not working very well, you're not going to have very strong core. Okay, back to dead bugs. Arms up, legs up, bend the elbows a little, hold here, chin toward the throat, and then just, this time we'll do this a little more quickly, but only a few inches extend. You go right leg, bring it back, left leg, bring it back. Your abs should be braced. Another common area of concern here is people often arch their lower back too much. So please, your lower back or the lower back flattens to the floor. It should be neither. There should be a slight arch, so there's a slight gap in the lower back, and it should not change. As you're moving, doing the exercise, the legs are moving a little, you're breathing, but that arch in your lower back should not shift. That's what core stabilization is all about. Feet down, just relax. So we'll bring the arms in the Y position for short recovery. Another component of core is rotation. So we're going to turn over. We're rotating to the side, but we'll do it together. Left arm up, left leg up. Roll over. This is a rolling pattern. Roll onto the right side. And then come into the plank position. Okay, so shoulders here. The elbows are under the shoulders. Chin is toward the throat. You're looking straight down to the floor. Engage your glutes, brace your abs, brace your lower back. And then exhale, lift, hold, and deep breathing. No arching lower back. Don't drop your head to the floor. Keep the glutes engaged. Shoulders down from the ears. Use your abs, not your neck. And slowly lower. Okay, and now we're going to lie down on the right side. Turn onto the back. Again, rolling pattern. And just relaxation for a moment. Okay, arms up to the sky. Legs up. So this time we're not going to move the legs. Brace your abs. Keep the chin toward the throat. Shoulders down from the ears. Bring right arm back toward the floor. Here your palms should be facing each other. So left arm, thumb toward the floor. And this is when you'll notice if you have restrictions in your shoulders. Many people, like one arm can go back, the other one gets caught partway. And with our training, we do lots of different moves to help repair. And I've seen really phenomenal improvement in shoulders. The breathing pattern also is really important here. So the breathing is inhale, overhead, exhale, bring your back arm back up. Inhale, arm goes overhead. Exhale, bring your arm back toward the shoulder. And when you exhale, pull your abdomen in. Inhale overhead, exhale, abdomen in, alternating sides. Relaxation again. This time we're rolling over to the left. So if you bring the right arm up, right leg up, roll over onto the left side. Okay, so here we'll do our breathing exercise. So forehead on the back of the hands. And keep the shoulders down from the ears. Breathing into your belly so you'll feel your lower back will expand and your sides will expand when you breathe. Okay, and now up on the elbows. The elbows are directly under the shoulders. Chin position, push your elbows into the floor, keep the head up, shoulders down from ears. You're looking straight down into the floor, but your head shouldn't sag toward the floor. Toes curled under, glutes, abs, exhale up. Keep squeezing the glutes and the abs, shoulders down. Push into the floor, widen the upper back. Don't let yourself sag to the floor. Slowly lower. And we'll lie on the left side. Roll onto the back. So you see we've got all the different, we've got plank, we've got rolling patterns and dead bugs. And we're just going to relax once with the arms out. It's just deep breathing. And we're going to stand and then do another rotational core exercise in the standing position. So let's roll over toward the left again. So bring the right knee up, right arm up, roll over onto the left side and all the way over onto your stomach, more or less. So you're on elbows and come up on elbows and knees first. And then hands and knees, and we'll do downward dog, get up. Lift the hips, walk the feet forward, and take your time when you stand. Often our people feel a bit dizzy after going through all that work. So lastly, we're going to do one more rotational core maneuver. It's great for upper body strengthening. Actually, this particular exercise, a diagonal lift, uses every muscle in your upper body. So really good for arms, shoulders, and abs. You'll need one weight, just a lightweight for today. You can load it up a bit more in the future. So we're lifting the weight diagonally. Now we're working on core stabilization. So that means you don't want to twist in this part of you, okay? So here, it's not like this. And this is commonly where golfers go wrong. They twist here, that the hips, we're stabilizing the hips like this, stabilizing the abs. And the movement is diagonally across, but using the shoulder blades. So your rib cage shouldn't be moving. We're working on this called the thoracic spine rotation. Your thoracic spine moves like this, the shoulder blades, collarbone, but your abs and rib cage are stay in position. The position of the weight we're going to start is, we started at the right hip, so this is my right hip. We're going right hip to left shoulder, pulling diagonally across. Be careful of one thing here. People often have elbows too wide like that, so that makes your shoulders go in. So just keep the elbows a bit tucked. Oh yeah, the arms also should be slightly bent, not like this, just like this. So it helps the shoulder blades to move. Elbows are slightly bent. Here we go. I'm counting sets of 15 here. So we're going right hip, left shoulder. Okay, and rest for a moment. I like to have the feet slightly toes angled in so that that lengthens the outside of your ankle joints. Keep the big toe on the floor, arch up. Okay, here we go. Left hip, right shoulder. Keep shoulders down from the ears as you lift. Rest. Okay, that was really good. Just walk for a moment here. Okay, we're going to do one more set. And I'd just like you to pay attention. You should feel that the abs, is those diagonal vectors across the abs are working. The sequencing goes hip to opposite shoulder. So when you start, we're going right hip to left shoulder. You should feel your right glutes engage, lift to the left. Every time. Right glutes engage, lift left. Here we go. Right hip, left shoulder. Right glutes engage, lift toward the left shoulder. And rest. That brings us back to the hip fractures in your hips, right? So here you're using the glutes, strengthening the bones in your hips. Left hip, right shoulder lift. So you go left glutes engage, lift to the right shoulder area, that direction. And weight down. And thank you very much. That was fantastic. All these different core things we did, rotational core, our anterior core, we got our glutes going, we built up our bone density, our feet are stronger, we're way ahead of the game here. Have a great day. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.